Hey, what about this one? You Australians out there, what do you think about the three fat people fighting over a box of toilet paper in the supermarket? Oh my God, how embarrassing. That's what people say about Australia. G'day guys in Thailand. Hope you're a bit cooler than I am. I'm cooking. This is a coffee shop here. I'm going in for a cold drink shortly. What I want to talk about today is why are people, men who have retired in Thailand, so miserable, so unhappy, so grumpy? Now this might be a bit controversial, but I'm asking the question because it's something I've really noticed, and Simon touched on it on his channel. Falang, Westerners, expats, whatever name you want to call them, are wandering around in Pattaya, wandering around Phuket, Chiang Mai, and you see a bloke on his own wandering along or having a cup of coffee, say, "G'day mate." Oh my God, looks like you threw mud at him or something smellier. Here, they just avoid contact at all. You might say the most dangerous thing for a foreigner in Thailand is other foreigners. Yes, I fully understand that. But most people, most men of us got a bit of age, have got a defence mechanism. They can pick up on scammers and con men, most of them. But no, why are they all unhappy? This is the question. This is a question I want to ask you people. And if you can help me understand what the hell's going on over here, these men are in paradise. They've made choices in their life and they've come to paradise. They've got the best food in the world. They've got the coldest beer and good beer and nice prices and nice places to have a beer. If you're a single man, you've got lots of company, female company. Let's not beat around the bush. Up to you what sort of female company you want. If you just come here and you've got a woman here, why the hell can't you smile? If somebody says, "G'day, how you going?" I'm an Aussie, I've got the accent, you know. "G'day, how you going?" Just a nod of the head and a smile. Because me personally, one of the main reasons I'm here in Thailand is because of the friendly nature of the culture here, the Thai people. I'm up in the country, I'm not at Pattaya, I'm not at Phuket, but I've been there quite a few times. Falang, foreigners, expats living up here are mostly the same. We'll be sitting outside our house having a barbecue, and there's one guy, young guy, he rides past for several times. We're all sitting there, we're obviously Falang, obviously friendly. He will not make eye contact, will not give a nod as he rides past, will not even acknowledge that you're there. And that seems to be a fairly common thing in the big supermarkets. Falang will not make eye contact, they go out of their way to make eye contact with another Western person. Now I understand there is Russians, I understand there is Greeks, I understand there's Irish, English, Americans, and everybody mightn't like each other for various reasons. Yeah, the Irish mightn't like the Poms, but they've got over that sort of stuff now. Come on, you come over to the best country in the world, you got absolutely everything, and you can't crack a smile, you can't crack a grin. Please help me to understand what this is about. I've got some ideas. Some Falang have come over here because they're just bad people, and their bad people have come over here with bad motives. Okay, forget about them. They always get a percentage of population are like that. Forget about them. 90% of the others are not bad people. They've come here, they've made a big decision to shift countries and to come here. Is it because they're having a really good life here and they're ashamed of it? They don't want their families back home to see what a good life they've got. For some reason they're ashamed because they're living a good life. That might be one reason. Are they guilty because they're having a good life and they don't want to say hello? It doesn't make sense not to say hello and talk to another person who's enjoying the same good life. I think some Falang definitely, I call it the cave in the cliff syndrome. They've got a beautiful little home, they've got a lady that looks after their food, a lady that looks after their clothes, a lady that looks after their house, a lady that looks after every need they could possibly want, but she doesn't want them to go out. She doesn't want them to make other friends. She wants that man in her room. And if he wanders down the street, she's got to make sure he doesn't talk to other people. She wants to isolate him. That's a theory. I don't know if that's right or not. Controlling, you know, it's the same with Western ladies. They do the same thing. First thing when I got married, my wife, when I first got married, her first task was to isolate me from all of my mates for various reasons. And because I was naive, she managed to do that. Millions of excuses, you know, how clever women are, whatever country they come from. I'm not bashing women. Other reasons. Is it true, as a comment in the West, in Australia, The only men that go to Thailand are men who are socially unfit, socially uneducated, socially inadequate, and they will not get a woman in Australia, so they have to go to Thailand. It's possibly, you could say 10% of the population may fit into that category. The families sent them over here to get rid of them. They can live over there and get fed and looked after, and they send them some money, you know. Like in the old days, the rich families would send the embarrassing son out to the colonies and send him some money to live on. Maybe that's a possibility, but I don't think so. I think most men that have come here, I believe most men that have come here have made a very solid choice that this is where they want to live. But the question I ask, why are they not happy? And I'll tell you what, if you're walking around with a scowl on your face and not engaging with anybody you see while you're out walking, you might tell yourself you're happy, but I don't think you are. I don't think you can be. If you're walking around with a permanent scowl on your face, how can you be happy? It beats me. I want you people to get back to me. Leave some comments that I can explore. I'd like to talk to anybody or do an interview with anybody who's got an opinion. Maybe it's because I'm an Aussie. I did stay up at Doi Chang up near Chiang Mai once, in a big bamboo place on the mountain, and it's 2 stories, and there were some American blokes and their wives there, and we were staying there. There's only about 3 families, groups, staying there, sitting around the fire, and we said, "G'day, how you going, you know, where you from," and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I went upstairs, and I'm just looking down, enjoying the atmosphere of the residents, looking over the hill and the Americans down below, and one of them said to the other one, he said, "What's wrong with those Australians? Don't they have any friends at home?" I thought, are we strange? Are Australians strange? I know I'm strange because I do say g'day to people and that sort of thing. I don't become a moth and hang around people and annoy the hell out of them. I just say g'day. Straight away you can tell if they want to have a conversation or they don't want to have a conversation. But you make an opening for that conversation. Maybe it's an Australian thing, people say g'day and hello, how you going, mate? Big thing in Australia. Publicity campaign. Say, how are you going, mate? Because we've got so many male older men suicides in Australia, and I can understand why. Australia is totally screwed. Once you finish work, you become a non-person. You're just filling in time until you go to the old folks home, or you join the men's shed, or some boring shit like that. They talk about it as a phenomenon, and as everybody knows, about people committing suicide over here, jumping out of buildings. You know, it's become a bit of a thing. And somebody says, "Oh, that's because their 18-year-old girlfriend doesn't love them anymore and has left them." I don't think so. I think it might be just because they're miserable. They're just miserable and unhappy. And sometimes if you get everything you want in life and you're not fully, how would you say it, you don't have a good understanding of your spirituality type thing, not Christianity, I'm talking about spirituality. If you don't understand that and you get everything you want, you will wonder why you're living and you'll commit suicide. Now, okay, living in Thailand, commit suicide. People in America who commit suicide, the film stars, the rich and famous who have absolutely everything, are the ones who commit suicide. It's crazy. And I'm thinking that's what's happening here. People have got every need that they have met and they're bored. And they go up into their room and watch YouTube, come down, have a feed, go up to their room, air conditioner, watch YouTube, come down, have a feed, go up in their room. And that's their life. Maybe wander down to a bar one night a week. There's other people wander down the bar every night of the week, have beer, have a social life, they got their own friends. But on the way to the bar and on the way back from the bar, why would they not say hello to another foreigner in a foreign land? Do you have a big circle of friends, or do you have a circle of friends? You don't want people coming around sitting at your table every night and drinking beer, coming around to your house. You don't want that. They're called moths. They come around in the evening and they won't go away and they annoy the shit out of you. You don't want to be a moth. But you can say hello to someone. You're big enough and old enough, if they start annoying you, tell them to go away. But avoiding talking to people. "G'day mate, how's it going? You been somewhere interesting lately?" Whatever, something like that. That's all I'm saying. So, I believe men have come over here because the climate's great. I've got arthritis, I don't ache over here. As soon as I go home I start to ache. Okay, little reasons like that. Have a look at this place here where I'm filming now. Wherever you are, have a look around. So bloody beautiful. Yeah, we carry on about the food. The food's beautiful, and you can go and get good Western food if you want to. You can get any type of beer you want to drink. You can get wine. And buying lamb, if you're an Aussie buying a couple of lamb chops to chuck on a barbie, you've got to be a millionaire, but you can get them. Anyway, tell me why you think foreigners, men and women, are unhappy and miserable when they're living in paradise. What is that about? They're unhappy, miserable. Also, it could be a language problem. You go to Gentleman Beach, there's a lot of Russian people there, and people could say, oh, they're Russian people, they're not friendly, they can't speak English, blah blah blah. I think that's totally bullshit. That's bullshit. As everybody over here knows, you don't need to speak a language to communicate to people. You don't need to speak Russian to smile, and the Russian person doesn't need to speak English to smile and have a grin and a wink, and a nod. You don't need to know the language. You can just be friendly still without having to know a word of language. My Thai's pretty poor, I'm having trouble learning, but that's another story. But I have no problems communicating with Thai people who do not speak a word of English. No worries at all. I used to work in a workplace with a lot of middle-aged women and younger women. I was about the only two men in the workplace, and I constantly heard conversations around the coffee table about, oh, did you hear about Fred or Harry or whoever it was? He went over to Thailand. And everybody said, oh my God, did he really? Did he have to go and buy a wife? Oh, yeah, oh, the poor bugger. Oh, there must be something wrong with him. Yeah, he couldn't get a wife here. And that's just a stereotype that Western women promote constantly. There is something lacking in a man who goes to Thailand and meets a beautiful lady. They stereotype them absolutely atrociously. And the only people who around that coffee table who didn't do that were people who had Thai friends or brothers who had gone to Thailand and met the Thai ladies and understood they're just beautiful people. But there is a Western woman stereotype of a man who goes to Thailand. Do expats who go to Thailand, do foreigners, do Falang who come to Thailand believe that negative propaganda that people have set up against them, and they're walking around ashamed because people are saying this, people are saying that, and the people back home where they come from might think this or might think that. Are they not strong enough to say, I'm my own boss and I'm here and I'm laughing? I don't know. Contact me, tell me where I'm wrong. Maybe I should just join the crowd of grumpy people and walk around and not say good day to anybody. No, I'm not going to do that. Life's too good. Anyway, as a saying I heard once, and it says a stranger is your best friend you haven't met yet. That's an interesting saying. If you don't meet anybody, if you don't expand your contacts, you're missing out on lots and lots of interesting people that you could be talking to. Who's that Japanese bloke, Mitsushi, the old Japanese 1600 bloke, and the sum up of his story of his life was, I'm travelling Japan looking for an interesting person. And that's not a bad thing to do, look for interesting people. You can get on Facebook, there's plenty of uninteresting people. Western men living in Thailand seem to be insulated, isolated, grumpy, non-communicative, and really lacking in something. Can someone put me right as to what that is? This is Boredom. Have a look around, it's beautiful here. Stinking hot. I'm going to get a nice tea, nice iced tea. I've been coffeeed out, I've had 3 big coffees today. I'm coffeed out. There's some beautiful little finches over there feeding on the ornamental grasses. I can't film them, I can't show you. They look a little bit like zebra finches, they've got little spots under their bellies. That's neither here nor there. Hey, what about this one? You Australians out there, what do you think about the 3 fat people fighting over a box of toilet paper in the supermarket? Oh my God, how embarrassing. That's what people see about Australia. Meanwhile, the politicians getting away with everything while this coronavirus is going, because nobody wants to talk about politics, or just want to talk about if I can get some toilet paper, where can I get some? It's just a joke. See you guys. Bye.